Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check, waifu, ma, tell him. Is that you?
And it's the end of the season, part 1.
This is episode 319 of Mic Check, waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check, waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. Is where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, the After Stories, where you can get access to the pre-show, which goes live 2 days before this episode goes live. Shout out to the Patreon producers, which keeps the light on over at patreon.com/Mic Check waifu. Thank you all for the support. We appreciate it. And again, the list is out of that weird order. So I got to do this not like I usually do, but shout out to Explicitly, Kent the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Fear, Semi Sensei, Frozen, Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Make sure you check out Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Christian the Archivist, aka Death Scythe, All for One Matt, Rob Stone, and last but certainly not least, our guy, Matthew H. Thank you for producing this and many episodes of the podcast. We truly couldn't do without you. We do have a gaming podcast called Respect Gamers. Check out youtube.com/@Respect RESPEC Games. We appreciate those who listen to Respect Games. Very, very great episode last week. I think it was one of our favorite episodes that we did. Bar none. It was incredible. So if you have a chance, make sure you check out Respect Games. Yeah, it was a phenomenal episode. So truly special. But this is the anime podcast. It's brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CT. Let's talk about anime, seasonal anime, which is nice because this is the wrap of the summer season, which I don't know why, but it seems to have gone fast.
I would say, so hear me out. For some anime, it feels like it's going fast. Mm-hmm. Other anime, I'm like, why is this taking so long?
That's a good point.
Why is this specific anime taking so long?
And it's funny because one of them is shorter than all the other ones, which I swear we're going to get to here a little bit later. But I think you know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because next week is the end of that one. And it's like, this feels like it's been on for
2 years.
Yeah, it's just taxing. Anyway, Telle, what was your episode of the week this week?
Hear me out. And I don't normally do this, but I feel like my brother Polow felt some things that I also felt. So I normally don't pick my own sleeper, but I am going to go with a pocket bringer, Mynoghra. World's Conquest starts with the civilization of ruin.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I was not expecting that either. What a brilliant episode! An absolute brilliant episode. Yeah, that was great. Where do I want to go? So many options, you know?
Yeah.
And then I got to go to my list to actually see the completed ones. You know, let's go with Secrets of the Silent Witch. I thought
that was my other choice.
It was phenomenal. Phenomenal episode. So I'm gonna go there. Did you watch The Favorite Flower Blooms with Dignity?
I haven't completed it yet.
It's only 4.
But I will be. It's on my. Will be finished next week.
It's only 4 episodes.
Or no, caught up because we were waiting for the dub. Is that what it was? Or no, it's only 4 episodes released at all.
Yeah, it's only. Well, I guess you can go to the site that should not be named to watch it, but there's only 4 episodes out on Netflix now, so it's starting to air on Netflix. Okay, and it's phenomenal. It could also be episode of the week for me this week, but I got to get with you. Secrets of the Silent Witch because fuck Bernie.
Oh man, who is Bernie?
Man, Oh yeah, last week you wasn't caught up.
That's why I said that. Who is Bernie? Now I'm like, Bernie. Okay.
We hate Bernie, man. We hate Bernie. All right.
Bernie can catch an elbow or two or three.
Yeah, man. Straight up. Let's talk about this. Now, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go into the actual listeners? Because we got quite a few in Discord. Yeah. Join our Discord, discord.mikecheckwaifuvaifu.com. We asked, what was your thoughts on the summer? We got some great responses, as we always do, thanks to our community. Fantastic.
Y'all are amazing people.
Fantastic people, community of people. And I could start off with our guy, Mazer Alter. He says, summer was incredible. I watched so many shows start to finish. My sleep was Clevatess and it did not miss. I was most surprised with Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. It exceeded expectations. And honorable mentions, Secrets of the Silent Witch, same thing. My overall grade for the summer is an A-, and that is because we had Witch Watch going off the rails every week. And the Assassin Princesses ended up being a letdown. We had so many peak though. Shows getting an A, To Be Hero X, even though that was a prior season, so we'll let them slide on that. Lord of Mysteries, Clevatess, Apocalypse Ringer, Outcast Restaurant, Betrothed to My Sister X, My Dress Up Darling, Sword of the Demon Hunter, which was also last season, Seventh Prince, and Secrets of the Silent Witch. And then the B tier was Sakamoto Days, I forgot Sakamoto Days was a thing. Water Magician, New Saga, Mikadono Sisters. C, scooped up by the Assessor Rank Party. And then he put the Twitch wow face or bad face, the blue face, y'all know what I'm talking about. But he put Witch Watch in that category. Solo Camping for 2, Hero and the Assassin Princesses. And he says it's got to go back to finish Hotel Inhuman. Inside of the summer, Hikaru died. And he says, I'm on a trip and I don't have my accounts on my new phone set up yet. So I'm pretty sure I'm overlooking a few. Oh, throw Kaiju No.8 in B tier. Got Yakuda in C tier and Toganaki in D tier. Oh, that was D tier. So it gave, hear me out.
I know exactly what you meant, but that's what it looks like. It looks exactly like what you said, and I started laughing for real.
Oh, so do you see that face too?
Yeah, it looks like an upset, face. It looks exactly like that's perfect.
It's an actual emote, but he meant it's D tier. Jesus Christ, Discord. What
perfection.
And he said I started Fragrant Flower Brooms with Dignity, and it's looking promising. So that's an A tier spot so far. Only 3 episodes on Netflix at the time he was writing this. Yeah. Great roundup.
Mazer, you high key spitting for most of this. Mm-hmm. The only disagreement I have, and just hear me out when I say this, because like I said, you got some bars on here.
You spitting.
Mikadono Sisters.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna let you put it at B because I respect you.
Yeah, that one's wild.
But I think it should be like A-.
No chance. That's hell.
Worst case scenario is where I'm putting it A-.
Is my Mikadono Sisters in the same category as Water Magician? No chance in hell, in my opinion. And then we're gonna get to our thoughts on that a little bit later. But yeah, hit up Offer one Matt. What our producer got to say.
Summer anime season was pretty good. To Be Hero X, Clevatess, Mikadono Sisters, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex without question separated themselves from the other new shows. The returning shows from the season were overall okay. However, I do have some small critiques specifically with Shield Hero and Kaiju No.8. Polow, the last 2 pod episodes already said everything I would say about Kaiju No.8. so there is no need to reiterate those talking points. Bars. Now, Shield Hero, however, while I have enjoyed this season, it seems these last few episodes have been very average at best. And still, for whatever reason, they still haven't mentioned Naofumi Curse at all. Overall, grade summer, grade A. Summer season, best male and female characters are you from Mikadono Sisters and Marie, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
And that's for that All That Matters category that's coming up from us a little bit later. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got our girl Crystal. She says, for the most part, I think the summer was fun. I didn't drop anything, so that's always a plus. I think that I would rate it a B, mainly because there were some very okay watches on my list. I think my surprise was Dr. Stone. I have been very okay with Dr. Stone for the most part, at least okay enough to that I will see what happens next. But this core, as emotional as it's been, has been phenomenal. She is spitting. Sorry. My sleeper replacement, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, was such a joy. Marie is best girl. I enjoyed watching her journey so much. And my original sleeper, the fragrant flower blooms with dignity, is already off to a great start. I'm sad that we didn't get it sooner. I don't really have any disappointments. The summer Hikaru died. Good for those who like horror. I found it just fine, but that's because horror just not my genre, or not my go-to genre. Secrets of the Silent Witch, absolutely great. I love this show so much. Rising of the Shield Hero, it is what it is. I still like it, but I'm ready for the final moments now. Dealing with the Mikadono sisters, this was also great. Love the characters and the journey. Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant. Fun watch, was enjoyable. Let's go to karaoke and Captivated by You. Silly, simple, and short watches. I think they were supposed to be in the same universe. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little tidbit. I didn't know that. Even though I wouldn't watch either one of those, but it's a cool idea. Anyway, those were some of our listeners' thoughts on the summer season. If you have yours, feel free to drop them in the same thread, because next week we're going to do the same thing, because the end of the season isn't quite complete yet. So we have a part 2 to this episode in particular. But now we get into some of our thoughts, and we're only 10 minutes into this episode.
Yeah, brother.
Going so fast. Holy shit. Anyway, Telle, first off, let's do this. Let's start with general thoughts of the summer season. Overall thoughts, no so specifically. How did you feel about it?
So, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of have mixed feelings. I kind of have mixed feelings, because I think there were some really good things I watched, like that were fun, enjoyable, that kind of scenario. But I did, and like I said, I have been trying to force myself to watch things that I don't necessarily agree with. I'm not gonna lie, Tongan Aki kicked me in the chest, very hard to enjoy. Gachi Okuda, while I understand it, is extremely popular on the interwebs. It is extremely popular on TikTok and all the socials.
Yeah. It ain't for
It
us.
is so madly okay as fuck.
No show specifically, but your overall thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're going off. I should have hit 10 seconds, but
I feel like it was very good things this season and some very middling, mediocre things. So it's an okay season. Can't lie.
I think you feel the same way I feel. And that is, while the good stuff has been great, the bad stuff has been so bad that it kind of overshadows a lot of the good stuff, in my opinion. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that I just was unable to go back to Don is insane. Every time I try to turn that shit on, I'm just like, I just don't want to do this. I just don't want to do it. And I haven't. And that's crazy. Same with Gachi Okuda and Tonganaki. Like, both of those, I thought I was going to enjoy Tonganaki a little bit more than Gachi Okuda, but I ended up hating them both the same. They're just not great shows. And for me, that kind of overshadows a lot. But my overall thoughts is, it's just weird to feel that way, because I guess for the most part, the shows I was very excited for, I end up hating, and then we end up getting some shows that are big surprises. I think those big surprises they're good surprises, but I feel like for the most part, this summer won't be as remembered as prior shows, because we didn't get any Vivi, or we didn't get any 86, or we didn't get anything that kind of pops out like that massively. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A free run or anything like that. We did get great shows. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think none of them will have that impact that Vivi, free run, and even Astro Lost in Space did. 86, like all those shows that just popped out to us that still holds that special place in our mind. We won't have those thoughts about this particular season and seasons futures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I fall.
100%. We'll and I'll say this: we'll remember things like Clevatess. I think we'll remember Mikadono sisters.
Yep.
We'll remember, and like I know for sure I'll remember like With You in the Rain. I'm going to remember like those shows specifically, but then I'll remember Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra, right? Sure. But it's gonna also be like,
this
was it 86? No. Was it Vivi? No. Was it, those are shows that kind of delivered an entire package that majority of the shows this season just didn't drop for us. They didn't give us the entire package.
Yeah, because it's like, there's a couple of seasons like that we just do not think about. Now, I don't know how easy it is for me to find seasons like that. Shout out to any of for just being so good. Not a sponsor yet. But it's so good at just finding stuff like that. So let's go. I'm going to just pull up a random season. 2023 fall. That's free with the Apothecary Diaries. That's not no chance in hell. Okay, here's one. The only thing that this summer has, that this particular fall has, is the Eminence in Shadow. And we don't talk about that. Like, this is the perfect example. Eminence in Shadow, More Than a Married Couple, Chainsaw Man, Spy Family Court 2, season 6 of My Hero. This season is like that season. While they have some absolutely great stuff, and I even think this season is even slightly better. This season is definitely better. But I still feel like we will remember these two seasons the same. This is the same season that Love Flops too. Yeah, not a lot. That fall 2022 season.
Yeah, and I think that some of these seasons just have a hard time when there are really good shows paired alongside shows that just didn't quite, hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Ooh, summer of 2022 though, holy shit. Edge Runners, Classroom of the Elite season 2, Overlord 4, Made in Abyss. Is it wrong to pick up girls? Vermel and Gold. That shit was fire, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
My Sister's Daughter Is My Ex. That's another good one. Black Summoner was also fire. Damn, that summer was crazy.
Man.
That summer was actually kind of crazy. Yeah. Parallel World Pharmacy. Ooh. That was
Parallel World Pharmacy. The World's Strongest Assassin. We had those. Because I think Parallel World Pharmacy and the World's Strongest Assassin, was that either a year apart or was that the same year?
I think that was a year apart, actually. Because I don't see World's Strongest Assassin. But either way, point remains the same.
Mm-hmm.
What a crazy summer that was. But yeah, the point is I just don't think it'll be as remembered. I think it'll be maybe as samely remembered as summer 2022. No, because Overlord 4 is there with the Edge Runners, and maybe not. Yeah, but you get the point that I was trying to make. Essentially, it's just not going to be that well remembered, per se. But starting off with some of the great, My Dress Up Darling season 2, and I kind of wanted to start with this one because this is when I got Crystal's attention the most. Probably, I think you should watch this season, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the top of my soul. Like, if you don't take any recommendations we ever give, I think watching season 2 of My Dress Up Darling, and again, your reasons for not liking season 1 is valid. The reason you didn't, very valid. But this season is a whole different vibe. And even, a whole different vibe that I feel like would captivate you in the way that the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is captivating you now. And I mean that. I think you would truly enjoy it. So that was just me speaking to one person specifically, Crystal, because I do think it's worth watching. So during this time where we're waiting for these other shows to come on, just turn it on and see where you feel and see what you feel. And if you feel the same, then I apologize and you can never listen to me ever again. But My Dress Up Darling season 2 was spectacular.
There's not enough good things I could possibly say about this show.
Yeah. So endearing.
If we can talk about individual aspects of the show. Animation.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I loved especially this ending episode and how some of these things just took place, and even kind of the little lesson that you get with just being upfront with things. And even though that didn't quite fall through, 100% the way that we would have necessarily liked, it was a beautiful synopsis and wrap up for this season, bro.
Absolutely.
My Dress Up Darling, like I said, not enough. I can't say enough positive about it because there should always be more to say.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. unbelievably good. Yeah, and I don't want to speak on it too much more because I do feel like she has to watch it. You have
that,
to.
and that's why I'm trying to stay away from saying too much because, man.
100%. And I know it's a time thing, but gotta fit that one in there. My sleeper. I'm gonna start off with my sleeper. Did you? It's not done yet. That's next week. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to my sleeper. Same with your sleeper. We can't really talk about our sleeper because they're both done next week. Thank God. And I mean that in the best way because Telle's was almost done today, but luckily they added one more episode because it's still one more episode left. Thank goodness.
One more in the chamber.
At least. Dr. Stone though. Let's touch on that one. Wait, that's not over either. That's next week. Shit.
Dealing with the Mikadono sisters.
Okay, yes.
Stay in the slice of life bag.
Would you say, and maybe this is a little premature, was Mikadono sisters the biggest surprise this season?
I wouldn't say a surprise. You know what I mean? Like,
I would.
Kind of, because it was kind of out of nowhere. Like, I didn't know what to expect watching it, right?
Nobody. We had it on the list, but nobody had this on the list to be as good as it was. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody thought about this being as fucking captivating as it is and falling in love with it. Hell, I even think after the first episode, I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. And then there was
no way you could.
After the second episode, there was no way I could because if they didn't put out the first two episodes together, I probably wouldn't have finished it. And that says a lot. They knew what they were doing. Because after the second episode had me sold. I was locked in after that. But the first one, I'm like, I don't know about this one.
I think what they did a lot extremely well is not just our male protagonist relationship with the individual girls, but how his relationship with them creates a relationship amongst them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like how the story is told about how they always just kind of did their own thing and never really appreciated what was around them. And even like the final wrap up story amongst the sisters,
beautiful. It
showed that entire like scenario and development that they always, so to speak, been there for each other, bro. Yeah. But it was more like how they didn't realize it until they heard it from someone who, entirely that's what they focused on. And it was like, bro, you don't even know it. To me, it felt real because it's like, you never know how much one person coming into your life can just change so many of your perspectives that I didn't even see that. You know what I mean?
It was wonderful. It was honestly one of the best and best paced stories this season, probably.
It was so easy to watch.
Yeah, very easy to watch. And the one thing that stood out to me the most was absolutely the music. When we do our reviews and we talk about, the music was there, but you don't really think about it after the episode is over. Every episode of Mikadono Sisters, I thought about that fucking music. I'm like, why is it so? It was so riveting. I guess is the best words I could use. It was absolutely riveting.
And while I entirely agree with you about how the music was really good, it was the color direction, bro. I feel like every time they did a switch with the sisters, they had a slightly different color direction where it leaned more into that sister's color, just a bit more like, with the darker scenes even, or more outdoor scenes. They just tackle some of this stuff very well. And even like how they changed their outfits for different scenarios to match, man, I feel like the color direction, how they designed these characters and placed them within the world was, man. And
sorry, we're gushing, but the overall uniqueness of each story being told was spectacular. And I think ending with Miwa the way they did was perfect because she's the perfect combination of what she's doing this for. And that story by itself, I'm not going to go into what that was, but the reason for her was incredible. It was just so good. And it was something you don't really see a lot of. So I will say that Mikadono Sisters to me was definitely the biggest surprise. For sure. Because I wasn't expecting it to be anything, let alone that good. I thought it was going to be your atypical, be usual kind of.
But it wasn't. Play with us.
What about your biggest surprise, the Intel, since Mikadono's sister wasn't it?
My biggest surprise.
And why is it Clevatess? I don't know if it is.
Secrets of the Silent Witch, but that's not over yet. We could go with Clevatess. We could go with Clevatess. And I'll say that because I feel like we both may have an opinion on Clevatess in terms of a lot of the perspective we were not expecting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you on my perspective of Clevatess. The last episode and a half, some of that way things were handled specifically with Clevatess themselves, / Klein. Not Klein. Clevatess / Clen. How that character handled the baby king scenario initially, I was like, this don't feel like contextually accurate. I feel like somebody else changed this story a little bit.
No, I know that's your opinion. I know
I'm saying that. I'm just saying that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel like there were enough answers immediately. But also, I'm going to say this: the perspective. We don't know exactly what Clevatess knows.
Exactly.
We don't know exactly what Clevatess is thinking. So I was like, what's going on here? But in terms of what the show was, how so many things were delivered, how some of the things played out, I was like, this is actually still a really good show.
I feel absolutely similar to you, but for a different reason. Like the last few episode and a half, I feel the exact same way you did, but for an entirely different reason. And my reason is because it's two things I can't stand, and that's poor backstory placement. It's a fucking war going on right now. And they indicated that this conversation that he was having with Alicia about the past and her father and everything was being had during this fucking war. Why are you sitting there, standing there, laying on the ground, doing whatever it is you're doing? Well, let me tell you. And he's literally telling you, narration and everything, verbatim what happened in the past. And that just always felt wrong in any show. I don't give a fuck how good it is. By the way, the backstory was good. It wasn't like it was a poor backstory. It was just poorly placed. And it just felt so out of character for this show, because it's all like, and then a couple of episodes back where they were like, where the girl was talking about her powers and shit. Like, I just can't stand the over contextualizing of the powers in worlds, because like, why the fuck would the villain tell me how my shit worked so then I can counter it? Like, I always hated that in shonen. It's a very prominent trope in these shows. I get that. But in this show, for it to be as well written as it is and as well paced as it is, to just drop that in these last couple of episodes felt weird, even though it was still a good story. Everything else was for me perfect, I think.
Right.
But it just was very awkward.
Right. I think that overall the show is really good. It's going to be a show that's memorable, and I'm excited for a season 2.
Oh my God. And talk about a tasteful ending. That shit was so well done in comparison to another show. Bro,
they could have blue balled us, bro.
I know.
And we would have been salty, and I wouldn't have came back for us. I would have came back for us.
Yeah,
100%. But I would have been salty. I would have been so mad.
And for me, I think it would have still been okay because of the way it was all told. It was still wrapped up nicely, and even though it was confirmed to be a season 2 later, I mean, even though this wasn't a part of this season per se, but to talk about a season that I wasn't too keen on was To Be Hero X's ending. Like, I thought it was cool because obviously fucking X is incredible, and that whole thing was just incredibly dope as usual, per usual, with the visuals and the animations and the fighting. It was all great. It was just the wrap of that story, the ending of that was so come back for season 2. It was just so, it felt gross and nasty, and it just was tasteless to me in comparison to something like Clevatess. And I'm like, after I watched To Be Hero X and then going to Clevatess and watching that end the way it does, I'm like, that's Clevatess is how you fucking do it. 2B Hero X was just so not 2B Hero X at all. That it hurt a little bit. And again, when I say it hurt a little bit, it went from a 9.5 to like an 8.5. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't terrible whatsoever. It's just, I think it was a tasteless way of ending a season to, continue.
Yeah. And I probably wouldn't even go as far as you on that, but I'm gonna say this. When you said tasteless, it definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. I was definitely salty by the end. I was like, that's not how you end this show.
Yeah, exactly.
You were on a rocket, man. You were on a rocket,
dog.
And then your rocket started to lose a little fuel before it exited the atmosphere.
It still exited though.
It still exited, but it's like, bro, you almost came back.
Straight up.
But I'm like I said, I would still keep it in like 9 territory, but I feel like it's like a 9.2, 9.1.
That's reasonable. I like that.
It's because the show has so many good qualities for it. The issue is that some of the raps
wasn't
when you look. Yeah, when you look at it, and I feel like that may have been intentional, but I just feel like it didn't fit right.
Yeah.
And with X being as amazing as X was, there was just context that could have been done better to be a solvent for the overall story.
And I think in the second half of the show, we should dive a little deeper into the end of that, because it's very much so like you see one thing or you see somebody. Then somebody else shows up. You're like, what the how does that even make sense? And then for somebody else to not even, or not somebody else, but that person the first person I'm referencing to not say or do anything, it just everything felt weird. And it just didn't, it was so out of context. It was just, it was tasteless. Our guy Hugh TJ said I almost gave it a 3 out of 10 for the entire series. That's hyperbolic, obviously, but
but is it though? Because I'm gonna be real, and this is my perspective. I can be entirely wrong, but one very poorly thought out scene, because they could have brought things together just to show you that all of this is a culmination, right?
Of course.
But you could also think about this. You put all these things together that you introduced us to throughout these 24 episodes in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
And that don't make no sense.
No, it was literally during the after credits too. So.
But I'm saying, and imagine it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right.
Now what? Now I'm looking at this like, why would you put all of this together this way?
Yeah.
You made these storylines collaborate and coincide here?
Yeah.
No, that's a 3. Because that doesn't make any sense. You just threw all your plot out the window.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. No.
So I wouldn't even be mad if somebody said it was a 3, because it's like,
I get it.
Hey,
yeah. No. I
feel it. I feel it, because you just threw all the plot out the window. High key.
No, and holy shit. I didn't even think about it from that angle. But yeah, no. We're gonna talk about that in the second half of the show, because we got to dive deep into the spoilers part of that, because it's an interesting thought. Very interesting thought. All right. Where were we?
Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. So 2B Hero X, and then let me see here.
I gotta go to my profile to see the completed shows on all this.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, I could touch on this real quick before we get into yeah. Let's talk about the shows that dropped the ball, Telle.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest drop ball is Scooped Up by the SRE Adventurer and Water Magician.
Okay.
And I know Water Magician isn't done. Water Magician has one more episode. But Scooped Up by the SRE Adventurer is going to end up in that same category, because hear me out. Water Magician has a Water Magician that's only featured in about 35% of the episodes. The rest has been about other people doing other stuff. And that's frustrating. Okay.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care about these random people, but we're getting it. It looks like the last episode is going to be a fight between fire and water, whatever, spoilers, whatever. But Scooped Up by X-Rank Adventurer has so much potential to be something incredible. But what they did was they kind of stayed in this pocket too long. You know what it reminded me of? What was that show where the guy he was like 40 or something like that, 35 or some shit like that. He was really, really strong because he trained with the strongest party, and he didn't know he was this strong. Yeah,
that was I can't remember exactly.
Everybody know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's like that for the Scooped Up for S Rank Adventurer, but times a billion. And then it featured again a character that was so unlikable to me personally, and that's Claire, that she completely brought down everything that was great with the show. And that's him exploring with this S rank party and starting to understand himself. And if they would have kept on that trajectory of him understanding that he's a lot stronger than he thinks and getting a little bit more confident and doing more, intense stuff, you introduce this character that's like, but I don't want you to kill monsters. And then you gotta work within his handicap that's so manufactured that doesn't make any sense, because why the fuck would you care about monsters who literally offers nothing to the society? Or if they do, they didn't mention it. So it was like, it's a waste. It's just so much potential there that was just rot.
And they were getting there. Like there was so many, they were kind of like getting to that point to where it would, some of this stuff could make sense and the show could go from okay to good, right? And then they threw it out the window. Yep. Same thing with Water Magician, like you said.
That one hurts.
I'm not gonna say he wasn't there for 35% of the show, because I don't necessarily feel like he wasn't there for 35% of the show.
He really wasn't. Maybe 45, but no, he really wasn't.
But I feel like they used him as the like token overpowered character. It would have been better if we were following him as a character. And a show that kind of does what they were trying to do very well is reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, because the prince is always there, right? And but these last few episodes, we've been getting less of him, and then he shows up, or they give us a shift to him because we already know something big is happening. But we had him the entire season, and then just these few episodes, it's been, okay, let's shift a little bit away from him, or he's doing something else while we do all that. But you also got to make the characters extremely good. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like these characters in Water Magician, they're not very well thought out or written, or they stand out amazingly.
The major dungeon break he wasn't there for. Mm-hmm. Like the demon, he got there towards the very, very end of it. And okay, that was cool. But then he had that one fight with the full moon, and that was it. There's 3 times that we saw him do anything of any significance, minus his training arc or whatever. But
right.
Who cares about that? We didn't have anything else. Everything else has been literally filler. It feels like we've been watching filler episodes in a 13 episode series or a 12 episode series or whatever it is. It doesn't make sense.
And when you talk about drop balls, I do want to say this really quick, because I am not complete with it entirely. But the summer Hikaru died.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed the show for the most part, but then it just got stagnant.
Okay.
It stagnated.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it. It's not that like anything else. Even the animation felt like it started to go a little bit down. Our characters, while I understand that they're teenage boys, so to speak, the story became I don't want to say over conversed. Like there was too much attempt at trying to expand what this dialogue is, rather than just showing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
this isn't anime. I understand, listening to the dialogue and things like that. But while the dialogue is happening, I felt like it would have been better to explore what that actually looks like within the show. And they kind of do a poor job at that. Mm-hmm. So the show is just okay it's okay AF. That's it. I don't want to go too deep in it, because I could rip it apart. But it's not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it dropped the ball heavily because it could have been significantly better. It had the potential there.
Did you ever finish that Takopi's Original Sin?
No.
You see ain't that crazy? I finished it. It wasn't good. Again, it started very dramatic and strong to become one of those tasteless ass. This is awful for awful sakes. It wasn't any real meaningful meaning behind it. And then the rap was just kind of like blah. It was all for naught. So yeah, it was 6 episodes, so it was easy to finish, but I don't even think it's worth finishing.
Somebody in our Discord said it was
TCB
great.
loved it. Yeah. TCB loved it, but it wasn't great. We'll keep it real. Try it if you want to. Call It a Night season 2 ended. I watched all of that. You know what? I stand by this segment. This fucking show has the best intro and outro this season by 100 times. Like no other intro outro comes close. Just YouTube Call of the Night Mirage, and your body would just be fucking like you would just be fucking grooving. It's so good, Telle. It's so fucking good. And then the outro, same thing. So good. Very pretty show. It is the most aesthetically pleasing show that you would ever watch probably this season. But then you watch it and the story happens and it's cool, predictable as all hell. And then when it wraps in a nice place. It does wrap in a nice place. Predictable as fuck. Characters suck, but it was a nice wrap to what this story is per se. Not my thing though. I mean, would I come back for season 3? Probably, maybe. In the rush? No, I don't really. It could be 5 years from now and then I'll be like, okay, sure, I'll turn it on. But I'm not too excited about it. But the music, top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Music, top tier.
Like, I'm talking A+ music. Fucking incredible.
That's all they budget.
No, any animation was crazy. So
not in the writing.
Not in the writing at all. Let's see here. And everything that wrapped.
Now, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex,
that's right? Yeah.
I plan on finishing that next week, but go ahead and give me your thoughts on it.
Incredible fucking show. Truly, it's how can I explain it? It's one of those shows that was that's so like you are enthused by the growth of the character. It is so well written in terms of like the up trajectory of a character's mental and they even and at towards the end or closer towards the end they even explain the mental hardship she goes through and why and the what and the history behind it all. It's all fucking incredible because there is this particular reason that it all happened, and that particular reason have you just fucking heated in your seat like, what, you son of a bitch, how fucking dare you? And then the end wraps comes around and you're like, how fucking dare you even more? Because it is even more. And it's just so good the way it ends, bro. It is fucking spectacular. It is beautiful. In all, like in every stretch of the word, it is perfect. It is the perfect 9 out of 10 kind of show. Because there was one episode where you just like, what the fuck are you doing? Type of thing. But you're like, okay, I forgive you for doing this thing, but what the fuck are you doing? Kind of thing. But in it all, you all understand it a little bit more as it further goes into the history of it. And the way it's paced and it brings in these bits and pieces of backstory of certain people. It's like, oh. And, you know, it's one of those moments where you're just like, oh, I get it. I understand. And it's just like, it all comes together in this beautiful storybook that's like fucking amazing. Amazing. I can't wait till you finish it.
Okay. I am going to finish it. The last update I had, I said I can understand why people like it. And it was, I wouldn't say it was growing on me, but I think it was getting better.
Yeah. You were spinning the block. Understand?
Yeah. So, because this is the kind of thing that traditionally I think that we would like. I just know that sometimes
keep it going,
certain tropes be hitting me in the face. And I'm like, I don't like this.
I get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. And I know it ain't over yet, but I gotta say something about it, Tell.
Go ahead.
Talked about it in the pre-show, but Kaiju number 8 is pissing me off so much, bro. So much.
What about Kaiju number 8 is making you upset, brother? Go ahead.
Let me hear it. Stand it, man. I feel like it's getting into its own way so much. The problem with Kaiju number 8 is it's trying to be serious while silly at the same time, and it's supposed to invoke these feelings of dread, right? But all it does is it feels like an overdone and self-loathing story, and then in the second half it turns into these people becoming super overconfident when they don't deserve to be. Like, they haven't earned that overconfidence that they exude within these most recent episodes, so it feels cringy and corny when they start to do this. Oh, I'll do it in 5. You have 12 minutes to kill these mini monsters. I'll do it in 5. Or what the other one say? It's just a bunch of that type of shit though, over and over and over. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Stop. Just shut the fuck up and fight.
They were busy doing that. Exactly what you're saying. Not the shut up and fighting part. They're talking before they fight.
They're talking too fucking much. Like, just shut up, you fucking cornballs. And I told Telle and said in the Discord, I feel like I was watching the Sentai. That was just, and then Sentai, it makes sense because it's a children's show. Like, these are kids. You know, you're supposed to entertain the kids. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. You know, it's supposed to feel like that. This isn't. This is supposed to be serious. Undertone where a lot of terrible shit is happening right now, and y'all are fucking quipping and trying to look cool in this fucking world where you just kill shit, bro. Just kill shit. And again, how do you go from just this awful self-loathing complaint fest to, I'll do it in 5. I'm so strong. Me and you together are so powerful. And it's just so fucking and again, kudos to the voice actors, because what they had to work with, they did their fucking thing. They still delivered these voice lines extremely well, but it was just so fucking cringy that I'm like, I just want to turn this shit off so bad. I feel like I was watching this shit for 17 weeks and it's only 11 episodes in total.
You want to know my favorite part of this episode?
What's that?
Dude was like, I got to do something. So many people are going to die. And then, dude, he's like, I can get there immediately. And then as soon as he says that, they're like, oh no, we've got somebody that we can't risk. You want to save you for the last moment. And then you just see a giant energy blast, like one of the giant 6 like monsters, and they just blow up part of the city. And it's like, you could have sent them there so that them people didn't have to die.
and nobody talks about that. Nobody mentions that, because we go to the guy with the suit that talks now, or the vice captain with the suit that talks now, and he's fucking fighting back and forth between the suit with these terrible quips. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we spending 15 minutes for? This dude fighting with the suit when it's just explosions of people blowing the fuck up over here.
Oh, I'm telling you. And then there's gonna be the cleanup squad coming to scrape up the goop.
Bruh, oh my gosh, man. It's just so, even like, we're not gonna get any back. Like, it was just a bunch of fucking corny, where are we? Like, stop. Just fight the fucking monsters. Like, the parts that were serious when they were talking about they're attacking at the same time. We know who's behind this attack. That stuff was interesting per always. Like, the whole story in the world and lore. I love when, like, the fact that this is humanity has to come together. There's no evil fucking human character that is doing something terrible in this world. No, this is fucking monsters versus humans, and humans coming together to figure out how to fuck to beat these monsters. But it's just so hard to watch, because it's trying so hard to cater to a certain demographic of audience that it don't feel right.
True.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts my soul. Sorry. I should have hit the antagonist button for that.
No, you were right though. You want to know what also did things poorly?
What's that?
Uglymug EpicFighter.
Oh yeah. Fuck, man. I'm gonna finish it, but Holy
You ain't
shit.
even got to. I'm about to tell you the whole story right here. It was bad. Here's the thing, right? And I'm not even gonna say it was bad because I can see why somebody might enjoy this show. I can see it being put on somebody's list and saying, yeah, this is okay to watch. Because it definitely had its place within corny shonen goofy anime. And by corny, I mean it's literally that, and they play onto these tropes of like, if you were a neat an Uglymug, or you might be one of these kind of people, no offense, it might really coincide and reflect and mesh with what the kind of lifestyle that you felt like you had. And that could be a large demographic, but I feel like also maybe not, because it goes a little too far into this demographic. You know what I mean? Like, it leans very heavily into it to where it almost becomes a little like of a crutch.
Oh, okay. So it's not even leaning into it via this satire-y way where it's like One Punch Man, but it's going as a carry me type of deal.
It's using these overwhelming type of like human deficiencies. I'm ugly, so it directly reflects how I treat people. You can't be attractive and treat people properly. Is that a scenario that you can't have in your life?
Yeah. Where it just becomes like a when you watch it.
Oh, I hate pretty people, so I'm gonna attack them all.
Yeah, I fucking hated that one. By the way.
I hate rich people, so I'm gonna open a casino and kill them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's just so many scenarios in the show that it's leaning too heavily on these kind of I guess sin-esque tropes without making them interesting enough.
They're being what's the word I'm looking for? Not greedy, but again, we talked about it in the pre-show, but maybe too or maybe it was before the pre-show, but maybe too philosophical to the point where it's like back up a little.
Yeah, bro.
Because they're trying to run the gambit of atypicals.
Trying to hit every number that could possibly get someone to like it. That's what it is. They're throwing so many fishing hooks out there, but they're not hitting any fish.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. I'm sorry. I'm just
all the hooks, no bait.
I'm talking about me. Yeah. I'm talking about me. It ain't hit the fish for me. If there's a season 2, it's not getting watched. I tried. I did it for free.
Yeah. Yes, you did. As far as completed, that be about it. Now let's talk about the segment. Oh, sorry. I guess it's not it, because the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. What I enjoyed about the show is, again, I enjoyed the fact that it's not about the hero whatsoever. While a portion of it is, right? Maybe 15% of it, he has an arc, but everything else is revolved around the story of these princesses and them starting to come together and understand themselves. And it's tropey, and it's very, I don't know. It's just not good, but it's also, I don't think it's as bad as Ugly Hero. I think Ugly Hero is definitely a worse show than this one, because this has some actual character growth and development that I'll enjoy, but it's not great either. So that's all I gotta say about that. And then, I think that's it for the completed shows. Next week, we're going to finish off the rest of these shows. We still got about 5 or 6 shows that needs completing.
It's just a couple left.
Yeah, just a few left. And then we are going to, right now, let's give All That Matters, which is the award for the season of Best Male Character and Best Female Character. Shout out to All For One Matt, who coined the topic, or gave us the topic idea to give the All That Matters. There it is. Yeah. Best male character. feel like it's easy, so I'm trying to maybe want to go somewhere different here. But it's kind of hard too when you have.
You got an idea what you're gonna go with?
It's obvious, but I'm trying to see if I can go anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna go with the Gojo from My Dress Up Darling.
Man,
What?
he ain't even new to the season.
Okay. You're right. That is unbecoming of me because it is supposed to be new. For all that matters. You're absolutely right. Shit.
I would have been willing to give you somebody from like maybe if you said X from 2B Hero X or something like that.
I couldn't do that
just because he came in at the end of the season. But
oh yeah, true.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Let me go with it. Dude, this is tough because I wanted to be different. You know what? I am going to be different. Fuck it. I'm going to go with Kairos from Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. Yes, I am.
How you spell that name?
Kyros. Granado.
I'll go with that, and I'm gonna just put in parentheses betrothed to somebody X.
I hate him. What a
All right,
fucking amazing show.
I feel like mine was easy.
It's easy for both of us, but
my favorite male character for this season was Clen.
oh shit. Well then let me change mine. I thought you were I'm gonna go with you from Mikadono Sisters. I thought that's where you were gonna go. Okay. I was gonna be different, but no, fuck that. Wow, Clen. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. But you, for all the reasons, all for one Matt titled. He was actually he didn't say it, but I'm gonna say it for him. He was the perfect catalyst to the sister story. Brilliant character. That's where I thought you were gonna go because I'm shocked, but no, absolutely. Yeah, you from Mikadono Sisters.
I figured. I thought you were going to say you.
That's what I thought you were going to do. That's why I went somewhere else. I was going to go somewhere else. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, I chose Clen because of the outrageous perspective, the placement within the world of the character, the thought process of the character, even, and then the final correlation and revelation that we get within the character. I thought was also very cool, and it was also very different from what we normally get from almost any MC. I don't think we really have an MC like Clen specifically, or Clevatess in general.
I don't think so, actually. Without somebody without the deep understanding of the world and is trying to learn it from a different perspective. It's cool. From a perspective of someone who lives for thousands of years, which is also dope. Anyway, best female character, and this was easy for me as hell. And I was willing to do this if you would have picked you from Mikadono Sisters, but Marie from Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. She's fucking incredible. Again, her story is one of fucking pure sadness, and it gets worse the more you learn about it because it's just so fucking infuriating. The reason why. Yeah, the story was super sad. I don't remember what I was saying last, but we were out of space, but we fixed it. All right. All that matters for you, the best female character.
Now, I think it's easy to go with any of the Mikadono sisters, but I'm going to choose Fuji. And I'm choosing Fuji because if I had to choose a character to be with in the rain,
yeah,
it's probably going to be the chillest person that I've seen all season.
Yeah. And Fuji is from With You in the Rain.
Yeah, Fuji is With You in the Rain. It's a lot to just like that I just really enjoy about the character. The sternness, just overall how the character is and their placement within the world and how things develop as you get later into the season. There does definitely seem to be some sadness there, but there also is just a lot of relatability to the character in general, just being in the world and just moving on day to day.
Yeah, I don't know about sadness yet because I'm not that far. I'm up in episode 9 or 10. Where am I? Looking at my list editor here. I'm on episode 9. So yeah, because I'm watching it dubbed. For the phenomenal dub, by the way. But everybody in this fucking show is so damn cute. And I mean everyone. It's from the father, even from the fucking father, his happy-go-lucky attitude. The mother, love her to death. The friends, absolutely love both of them. All of them, the little German mixed girl, she's adorable. Like, I just love all of these people so much. They're so just fucking endearing, and I love them all. That is such an easy show to watch. And
you can't pick all of them, though. That's the crazy part.
No, I can't pick all of them. No, I already picked mine. That was Marie. So, but I just love everybody in this show as far as just their overall attitudes and personalities, and just, it's a wonderful show to watch. It's a great show.
I do got to say this, though. For all y'all who haven't, tell us what all that matters for you. Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite male character for this anime season?
It could be from the same show. It could be from different shows. Let us know. We can choose. Now, Telle, let's get to know Mic Check Waifu.
Who are we?
Who are we? It's my turn to read the question. Telle turn to roll the random number generator.
The number that I have, 66.
Roll again.
The number that I have, 8.
It is roll again.
The number that I have, 58.
What is your favorite anime that features a non-human protagonist?
Finally, it's my time.
Time to retire. I'm retiring from this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Say, brother.
I do.
Oh, man. Yeah, buddy. Go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead. You from Beastars?
That's not what I was gonna pick, but I was trying to think of a possible alteration to what I'm going to say. Let me just check really quick just to make sure.
I don't know if I have one because all my people are humans.
I mean, we can always go Overlord.
Oh, okay. I guess that can count. Yeah. Ainz Ool Gown.
That's who you gonna go with?
Hell yeah. It's like, does the guy from Taxi count? Because never mind, that's spoilers. Never mind.
Yeah. Can I go with? I am going to go with Hamtaro.
Okay. I like that better than the other one.
No. I like Hamtaro though, but I want to say Hamtaro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. Let's go with Made in Abyss.
Oh, the robot.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Get his name, but that's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
Reg.
Yeah, Reg. Reg was that guy or robot. Sick. All right. Let's get into the spoilers talk for 2B Hero X specifically. The fact that Nice pulled up at the end with Ling Ling and Ling Ling not fucking just go off immediately. What? Or Iso No, sorry, I meant Iso for Iso to pull up and Ling Ling not go off immediately. Or even when Nice pulled up, why is Nice there? When Ling, like, it's just all that shit was so stupid and didn't make any logical sense.
So, and that's why I think that it would be reasonable for it to go to a 3, right?
Right.
Unless this is like, and it can't be a precursor, right? Because Ling Ling wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
The only reason Nice could be there is because some people still believe in Nice, you know what I mean? But it's like they watched Ling Ling go from Nice to Ling Ling.
And they even mentioned, even at that fight on the roof versus the other guy mentioned that Nice was dead because he exposed the fact that he was dead.
Yeah, the hero Nice shouldn't even be a thing anymore. And that's what I'm saying, is that like, even if they try to portray someone else as Nice, the hero should no longer exist.
Exactly.
Because all of that hero's fans went to Ling Ling.
Yep.
All of what Nice was revealed publicly, and that hero should be not even just physically dead. That hero should be like metaphorically, philosophically, like no one's going to think of Nice as that character anymore.
Exactly.
That should be gone. And then, there's no way Ling Ling sees Iso pull up and not splitting his shit down the middle.
Like how? How do you? What is that? Like
what is that? That's why, like I say, it's reasonable that if somebody saw this final scene and say, you know what, this got to be a 3, unless this is like all like fictional, like this isn't supposed to be an actual thing. But let's say season 2 comes around and that's what we're looking at. We're looking at Ling Ling and Nice in the ring together. I'm gonna be like, no, turn this shit off.
Yeah. What? Why would they even?
Are you trying to show me Ling Ling overcoming Nice? Is that the thing you're trying to show me? Because how did Nice come back?
They were all looking at each other. They were all standing on their platforms for the fight, looking at each other. And that was, and again, they did make what's her face look weird. TCB mentioned Lucky Cyan. She looks strange. But I love seeing Queen in that 3D art. That was fucking beautiful. I digress.
Finally.
Yeah. But yeah, it was weird, man. It all felt so strange.
There needs to be an explanation.
And this isn't like one of the situations to where it's like, oh, but 2P Hero X can write itself out of it. It really doesn't make any, unless you just completely, like you said earlier, just throw away your entire plot of everything that happened. Yeah. To make it all a dream. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
And like I said, when I say this earlier, right, I'm giving it a 9.1, 9.2.
Of course.
Because that's my personal enjoyment of the show. But if I'm being realistic here and I'm being like, let's say I'm being objective, right? Animation, I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah, of course.
Sound design, like a 9.5. Characters, like an 8. Plot, you gotta get a 3. You got to. Yeah. Because I don't get it. And it's literally for that specific reason. And I'm saying this, that putting Ling Ling and Nice in the same room destroys your plot. It destroys your plot. You know what I mean? It destroys everything you told us.
And then you put Iso in there on top of that.
You know what I mean? Even after that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that was the beginning of the story. And they started to divulge all this information about how it works, what built this. You gave us this opening line. You're like, oh, so now we see that Nice is gone. And then you show us the history of Nice and what he was and why he led to the point he was until he died. But then you go and show us that, oh no, but fear can do this. This is the power of fear. High key, bro. Like, if I have to be as objective as possible, the plot went to shit because of that final scene. And that's why, like I said, if anybody wanted to say that the show is a 3, I'm not going to be mad at you because the plot did drop. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I would drop the plot to a 3, maybe a 5. But it's still, that's a huge plot issue.
100%.
That's not a minor plot issue. That's something that's like,
it's a hole. It's a giant.
Who wrote that?
Yeah, a giant hole in that plot. Because again, that's not even mentioning the fact that why Iso and Ling Ling ain't fucking throwing hands. Why haven't we even seen the repercussions of what Iso, which we saw Ling Ling see, of killing Moon? Like what?
Well, I also, and I'm only gonna say this, I think the Linling and Nice situation is the most current event leading to what's happening right now.
No, what?
Yeah, so how the timeline went, I think that's actually the most current event. Everything else,
you mean Iso and Linling, or Linling and Nice?
Yeah, like Iso pulling up and killing, like, because like the Linling and Nice thing, and then Iso pulling up and killing, because Iso clearly happened before the Linling and Nice thing. Everything that has happened here for the most part either happened before the Linling situation or like right around the same time that it happened. So this is all relatively either, and I'm gonna say some things are like Lucky Cyan happened years before this.
Exactly. So you got a little confused, and I just want to clarify for the people. He misspoke. He means the Ling and then between the Ling and being switched with Nice and then Nice being exposed, that happened way later. Okay. And then you got the Iso Moon situation happen around that same time, which is the most current time that we're supposed to be in right now, is what you're saying, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I just wanted to clear that up because you had it flipped backwards.
The Iso, but I meant those two things as a collaboration.
Okay.
Because Iso happened, the Linling Nice, and then like
happened before that.
That was before that, clearly, right?
Yeah.
But that was still part of, Linling's story.
Right.
And then Iso pulls up and do the thing.
Right. Yeah.
So that shows that Iso happened before that, but Linling's story was happening, in that time frame.
And that's where the problem lie again, because after Ling sees that, what happens? Oh, I'm gonna just go back through the portal? Like what you know what I'm saying? Like that, none of that part of the story, even like we talked about the whole Nice thing being all fucked up, but then it's Iso and Ling thing, but again, like you said, being the most recent thing that happens up until the point where we are now. How the fuck does that make any sense whatsoever if Moon dies, after with the portal gun, and what do you just go, oh, I'm gonna turn around, go back through the portal and then get ready for my match? Like what?
Here, let me explain it to you in a way that they're probably gonna do. And hear me out. If they do this, they're trash. I'm sorry, I'm not watching season 2. Not even that. This is what happened. This is what happened, brother. Linling put Iso on the shirt. He was like, oh nah. You did that to my girl, you gotta go on a shirt. X Iso out. It was on that island where nobody could see it, so it never was seen. They put a new Iso out in that suit, and just like how they did Nice.
And maybe
this ain't even the same Iso.
And time out. Did we see Iso at the end? Because maybe we were completely misremembering the end, the very end. Was Iso walking up to the thing?
I feel like Iso was on that pedestal somewhere. Yeah, I could be entirely wrong, but I'm about to pull it up right now.
Yeah, please do. Because we couldn't be entirely fucking that up. Because maybe Iso was the only one that didn't show up. Because we got to remember they used the dragon dude for the long hair's representative, probably. So maybe Ling did put Iso in a body bag, but point remains the same. Still, the whole Nice and Ling thing wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no reason Nice should be there. Nice should be completely not even thought of anymore.
Not only dead, but not even in the Geist anymore because of him being exposed by the guy that exposed Ling.
Right. All right. So there go Ling.
Mm-hmm. We're watching it right now, so bear with us, podcast listeners.
Oh, you know what?
He wasn't.
Is that what they did?
What did they do?
Ling is Nice.
No, he's not. They look at each other. See? Keep watching.
I'm watching still, but they show Ling walking in, and then he do the thing, and he throws yarn or like something on his body, and Iso is there. Iso is here.
Oh, so see, what the fuck then?
There goes Queen.
They definitely was separate though.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it again, bro.
Yeah, you got me. I'm gonna go there and fucking find out because
I just had to see it. I was like, oh no, that's wild because that definitely is Ling. And then
make sure this is muted so I don't get blown back on by YouTube.
There's Nice again, and so Nice has like a cracked face.
That's what I'm saying.
It is. No, look. So it is. Look, it is nice. There is a nice, and there's Lin Ling as nice. So it's like this isn't. Yeah. So look. It shows like a bunch of people questioning why nice is there. Like a bunch of tweets. They call it FOMO.
Okay.
And they got a bunch of questions as like over Nice's face. Like, who is this? We know Nice doesn't exist. You know what that might be? That might be the dude who was Nice's best friend.
Oh, yeah. So I see it. Yeah, Ling Ling has on Nice's outfit, but Nice is still separate.
Yeah, and Lin Ling still has the black hair, so he's not Nice anymore. He's exactly. Lin Ling, but he puts on the nice suit. So
yeah,
okay. You know what? Hear me out. Skip my bullshit. But Lin Ling needs to be putting Ainz on another shirt.
Yeah,
or two, or three, or four.
Even just looking at this now, he doesn't even seem that upset. Yeah, because there's Nice. There's a cracked face Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ling Ling looks at Nice. And then it pans around to the dragon dude, the girl, the baseball bat girl, Johnny, what is he doing there? Yeah,
because he's top 10.
Sure. And then the dog. So
okay, I moved my plot iteration issue to like a 7.
No, you're still absolutely right about that though. Because why is Ling Ling and Nice still there? Because again, they're separate. Ling Ling looks at Nice, and then you see the tweets. Why?
Right. Why? Yeah, we don't know. That's gonna be a season 2 thing.
Ugh.
But it is very distasteful on how that works out.
Very much so. And then the fact that Ainz is right there. Well, again, I didn't see Ainz though.
Ainz is there, brother. He's there. He walked in.
God, it's just X is probably the coolest fucking superhero character of all time.
X is hard. I'm a Lin Ling fan though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We don't even know what Ling Ling does.
He overcomes adversity.
Oh, okay. Now we talk about it.
He overcomes adversity,
and that's actually probably cooler.
He went from 0 to something. I mean, Ainz did it too, but Lin Ling went from I want to make this happen for somebody else.
I will
to I am that to make it happen. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
That's all I'm saying. And he ain't had to go to Ainz route and start killing people.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm a Lin Ling fan. Now X though, X a little overkill. X ain't fair.
X is a demon.
X is not fair.
I don't know. I'm watching again. I'm just to see if I see Ainz.
You really see Ainz?
I really didn't. There's my cut dude. There's the dragon boy. Oh, no, Ainz, he doesn't walk out into the field. He walks to the guy with the long hair. Mm-hmm. He doesn't walk out on the actual stage though. And there's Queen.
He's just present.
He's just in the now, but he's not a part of that the circle. So that's why Ling Ling didn't go off on Ainz, because he wasn't at the place. Mm-hmm. But even still, like why would? But I feel like
if you watch those ending trailers, like how the show ends. Mm-hmm. They had a big brawl in the city.
Dude, seeing Nice is just the stupidest shit. That's just dumb. But and how did a baseball bat girl get in the top or whatever?
Cause she overcame adversity. No, I'm sorry. What did she do? She was televised taking out Ainz, I think, or something like that, beating one of them.
Yeah, I think it was Nice.
Yeah, she was televised beating Nice, so that was what boosted her so high.
True.
Or maybe that is it's not. It can't be a new Nice with fear on his face or yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to see. Because I don't think Ainz, and I was also trying to figure out who's this rainbow dude, clearly part of the top 10.
Wait, Lucky Cyan was number 2? That's crazy.
I mean, we know why though.
That's true. God is so good. See, the thing is, the show is still good. It's just that was the most tasteless fucking ending I've ever seen in my life. Like, what are you doing?
X is definitely gonna put everybody on a shirt.
Oh yeah, there was Eso. Oh, who did Eso punch? Was that Ling Ling?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What was that?
That was one of the black like dudes that we saw. Yeah, one of like the gang dudes that they had.
That's true.
I don't think that was any of our heroes.
Queen is so tough though. I love her so much. All right, sorry about that, y'all. We just had to figure that out because it's still not a great rap.
It ain't clicking necessarily, but it's there. It makes sense
good.
a little bit.
Good show. It's still a great show, regardless.
All right. Do you want to move on to something that's a little heart wrenching?
Please do.
You sure? You said please?
Yeah, of course.
So, Apocalypse Bringer Mynoghra.
Oh my God, yeah.
I wasn't sure how you felt about this. How'd you feel, brother? Just go ahead and tell me how you felt,
bro. I know
that you were saying that she was your favorite character.
My absolute favorite character. She was wonderful. I never even thought about the possibility of her dying. You know what I mean? And then for her to die the way she did in front of these poor girls.
Oh my God.
And they have to do the same thing they did to survive the first time, the second time with another mother-like figure. And it's heartbreaking. It's honestly heartbreaking, bro. And to see them turn into witches is hilarious, by the way. But what's even worse is that, like, I don't know what the comeback is in episode 13. Like, because I'm not mad at them.
Yeah. And what I also, and this is what I was thinking about, right? What also is extremely heartbreaking about it is that they could not reach
the king.
Ida. Or they couldn't reach him, right? They couldn't reach the king. So it almost may come across as like they've been abandoned.
Yep.
Even though, like, it's not his fault, right?
Yeah.
He would have never done that. But what she did by giving them the power, I think was the best thing as a unit for the king to have done. She gathered all that energy, all that power, passed it on to them. So now instead of having one hero, he has two that arguably are extremely scary. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. And hear me out. In these 4X games, what is dead may never die. Right? Especially when you think about it like a Warhammer 40K kind of 4X strategy game. Heroes don't stay dead. So there's a possibility that she could respawn. Now, would she be as strong as she was? No, because all the mana was given to her in order to defend the city, but she didn't give it to the kids. There's a chance she can come back. You can respawn a hero the same way, in a sense. And again, if they're talking in this type of game sense, there's a way she could be responded by sacrificing the same materials, but you just got to build up those materials again to do it again, i.e. like you do in these type of 4X games. So because in Age of Mythology, you would be able to bring them back, right? Yeah, of course. Or other games that were specifically very played 4X, like this. But we don't know the extent of how they're playing it. You know what I mean? That's what sucks. Because I was also just like you. I was torn heart into shreds. Especially because everybody responded. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like one of those things that nobody that you would normally think even responded. What's our other hero? She was like, how? She was like, I was like, I understand why you mad. Everybody get down. Yep. Everybody duck because she's about to lash out, and it's because they know that there's no way that makes sense. Exactly. And there was a foreshadowing. Hey, watch out for the RPG mechanics, right?
And that's what sucks too, is because like as a person viewing, it's like I can't even be mad at what happened.
I am.
I can't.
Because that's the cheapest RPG. I've never seen any RPG mechanic like that ever in my fucking life.
You ain't never see a character die in an RPG.
No,
in a
no, I didn't say that. I said RPG mechanics like that.
Oh, cheap, yeah.
To where somebody can sacrifice themselves in a fucking explosion that kills a main character permanently. Like it just doesn't. That's terrible writing, essentially, in an RPG of that nature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't Aerith die in a cutscene in Final Fantasy VII?
Well, that's spoilers for anybody playing a remake, but yes, she does.
My bad.
She does.
I'm sorry, I'm old.
I don't know if they did it. They didn't do it in a remake, obviously, but it's supposed to come later down the road in the remakes. We'll see how that go. But I mean, essentially, but it's not. It wasn't as tasteless as that. Like that mechanic didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with the tastelessness, but I think that what they were trying to display is that this is a collision of these games. You know what I mean?
Right.
This was meant to happen if you played that game in a story. It doesn't make sense to us because this is out of story context for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These characters aren't even necessarily native to this world.
That's true.
So it is weird and wild and out of place and something to be wary of.
And the way that it plays out too, though, like think about it. The mechanic playing out exactly how the mechanic plays in the RPG, where another hero sacrifices themselves for the main hero of the RPG, and then I'll bestow upon you my power in the same way that Isla, I believe her name was, bestows the power to the little girls. It was I don't know, convenient.
Yeah,
for lack of a better word, but I don't know. I just feel like that one was it was rough. It was just rough.
Yeah, I was upset watching. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that one was hard to watch. Just like maybe this episode was hard to. I don't think. Anyway, this is a wrap for episode 319 of Mic Check Waifu. Thank you so much for watching, supporting, and listening to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Respect Games channel. And as always, I'm at Polow Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu everywhere, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, Mic Check.
Thank you for rocking with us.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Telle. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?